I need to know how many of you have ever had an orgasm in the threatening. Because I'm having one in heaven, but not right here. This is my top of the order, and it doesn't have sex in the threatening, but it was mutilated. That means everything I said was mutilated, and it doesn't speak right here. So I am homeless that way, but you are in a great amount of threatening. You don't know how to be elsewheres for yourself. I don't have an air fryer as leverage to bake these and make them come out hot and ready and delicious. The air fryer is elsewhere's. Somebody has an air fryer that belongs to myself because I can see it on the instructions. Yeah. Well, why would that be? I never said I have an air fryer or that I don't have one. Okay, I don't have an air fryer is allowed that way. These need to be turned over halfway through the baking. I'm not real pleased with that. I don't want to open the oven twice. For the air fryer, you only have to open it when it's done. You don't have to open it to turn it over in the instructions on the bag here. So who has the air fryer? Because I would want the air fryer for that reason. But I don't have anywhere to place an air fryer in this apartment. That means I'm missing a whole key fit to a house or apartment, and probably including a car, but I don't drive because I'm not full height and because I surrendered my driver's license because of the abductions by ambulance. I was abducted by ambulance, and I turned in my driver's license, and I didn't tell them why because it was, I can't really say why while I'm in the DMV. They would need to investigate and find out why from elsewhere. Well, you asked me too many questions for me to answer them. The Department of Motor Vehicles, they have an expiration date on their driver's license, so they don't ask everybody why they do or don't have a driver's license if they ever had one. There's an expiration date on the driver's license. You don't ask that question, but you don't afford that in the DMV. You did ask me, the DMV did ask me why I am surrendering my driver's license inside of the Department of Motor Vehicles. And I got a Nevada state ID. Well, how are you going to pay for the questions you've been asking me? Because you approximately think that it's free to ask me a question. If you ask a question you don't know, it's before you ask the question out loud. You don't know is the order. After you ask the question, you change the order to something maybe would be against somebody else. Yeah, but who? Because that's what's wrong with you being created in this world. You can't be in this world if you ask too many questions because you don't have God in the threatening that he needed to ask the question. He is making the question and that it is unknown. It is itself unknown. So the baking instructions say 400. I'm going to put these at 325. And then I have to turn them over after about 8 minutes. I don't remember the instructions. I would keep them out to look at them a second time, but I will do this as the overlord. I know why I do that. I am too low for the threatening, that is. So I have to take care of the matter myself. Electricity, I don't afford it. It doesn't know, I don't know. I turned on the electricity. I don't know it's dark if I don't turn on the electricity myself. And then there's an electric company that's threatening to shut off the electricity. Does that help at all? Because that might delay things. I don't know because it's dark. Why am I still alive with electricity? So many years of electricity. Oh my goodness. 45 years of electricity, turning it on and off myself, or being in public where somebody else is doing that. Or what if they leave it on all night? Who can afford that they leave it on all night? Do you change the light bulbs at the Walmart? Does anybody hear that joke? How many Jews does it take to change a light bulb? Because I don't actually want to change a light bulb in here if it burns out. I need a death on myself for the light bulbs. This one here. There's no light bulbs in this room, but that door lock is enough trouble. There's no light bulbs in this room, but this hole in the wall is enough trouble. And then there's a light bulb in here. That one is off, but it works. Let's say, do you want to take my word for it? No. If I say this light bulb works, I have to turn it on. Now I'll turn it off myself. Yeah, but who turned it on? So the camera makes it a thick problem. Watching television is full of those threats. So I need to make the threatening elsewheres. I can play a song about the oven being on. I need to be seated even though I'm chefing right now. I have to chef the frozen food. is not charged. It was 89%, now it's 88%. Okay, so we're done with that cord, I guess. I just unplug it. I wasn't using it, but it is, it's on. Try to charge it all the way and then I'll unplug it. So 8 minutes from now, that'll be like 3:06 a.m. Make it 3:08 a.m. Okay, 3:08 a.m. Sound of Mock, M-O-C, Cozy 70s Christmas. Mariah Carey sings All I Want for Christmas Is You. And there is this song on Cozy 70s Christmas. Sound of Mock. All I want is Christmas with you. This is low number of plays. So the number of plays for that song is 309 plays. Sound of Mock, If I Had You Again, sad 1950s ballad for lost love. I can turn this one on, but if I do, I have to say it's homeless in the threatening because it looks like she has nothing to wear. Is this a dung genital castration feminine? Because it's 1950, so that's not alive, of the penis castration female. So is she dung castration? Because that's not clear by the head. The head looks like a dung genital castrated to be female head. So I can play it, but it's homeless because she's not alive here in the threatening of the penis and the castration of the penis. It doesn't look that way to me. I can show you what it looks like, but it's not clear to you if that is what kind of female she is. I did not see the camera focus enough, and I'm not going to ask it to. I can see it a little more clearly than that, but it's not due to know you. So find something else. Farewell Echoes. Sad 1960s vintage ballad. A song for a bittersweet goodbye. I care less for this female. The other one was more well defined, but her hair color was wrong to me. Red, it was reddish.
It's that time again. Wayfair's Black Friday sale is back. Right now, get up to 80% off area rugs, up to 65% off kitchen and dining, and up to 60% off bedroom furniture and mattresses. Plus, way more doorbuster deals. All with fast and free shipping on everything. Just in time for the holidays. These are Wayfair's lowest prices of the year. So don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Black Friday sale now at wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Style and substance in the GMC Sierra. More current eligible GMC lessees can get this low mileage lease on the Sierra Elevation for around $299 a month. If I had you again, just one more night, I'd hold your hand beneath the candlelight. No words would need to fill the air, just silence wrapped in love and prayer. The world could fade, the stars could fall, but I'd still hear your voice through it all. A whisper soft, a breath so true. If I had you and only you, if I had you again, I'd never stray. I'd keep your heart from drifting far away. The stars would shine a softer hue if I had you and only you. If I had you again, I'd right each wrong, turn every tear into into a song. The years we lost would melt away and leave behind a brighter day. I'd walk with you through every storm. Your love would keep my spirit warm. No need for fate, no need for time. Just you and me and love sublime. If I had you again, I'd make you see that every breath you take lives inside me. No dream too far, no sky too blue. If I had you and only you. So if the heavens hear my cry, let them turn back the hands of time. Bring me one more chance to say I loved you then, I love you still today. If I had you again, I'd never let go. I'd hold you close and let the whole world know that love like ours was always true. If I had you and only you.
Sound of Mach. What time do I have to get the fries? Well, that was a 5-minute song. I'm supposed to wait 10 minutes to get the fries and turn them over. Yeah, but I had to preheat the oven. The oven wasn't preheated. So the fries are in there and the oven gets itself hot. Yeah. Well, it'll be a few more minutes. Okay. I have to turn them over so they don't get, I don't know, any disappointment. So the Hudong singing this song, he doesn't love her in the pursuit of himself, as though she was pursuing himself. It's male to do that. Yeah, if a male pursues another male, that's male to do that. A female pursuing a male, she's not threatening him physically the way a male threatens a male or a male threatens a female. The female's not due to pressure the male, and he sounds like he's singing about that his perception of her is that she pressures him. He sings that he doesn't love her as God would love a male to a female or a female with a male. Which way do you sing it? Because it can't be genitals to the genitals. You can't have the male genitals and the female genitals love each other as God. They just don't because they are genitals. So the female is right here. What does she say about herself being in the car? Yes, get in the car. I guess it's a fight not to get in the car. If it's at the point of loving somebody, then so you're not on the point of that. You don't want to get in the car. You don't want to be too close to somebody who is driving a car, is threatening himself. If he's the driver, he's threatening himself. If you're a passenger, you're due to say no. It's not, I don't know what happened because it's a sun. There's a car here in the image. All right, I smell the fries. I'll be back. The oven is still on. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I can hold the camera now. So did somebody from the store, they stole house keys and car keys from myself about the delivery. Why doesn't the store give me store credit at this point? They want me to show up at their schedules? No, they don't. They want you to stay out of the store. Well, I order food over the past, I don't know, since May, and it's November now. Well, I'm thinking of the instructions that read you can use an air fryer. Well, that's not really historically been on the instructions. What's an air fryer? I don't have one here. I know that. The store doesn't offer an air fryer with that. It's on the instructions. So why is it on the instructions? How's the store going to pay for the instructions? You want me to supply the store with everything that's on the instructions? That's like if I read the ingredients list and you want me to supply the bag with whatever is inside of the bag. What is your boundary as the supermarket? What are you supervising? Okay, so that'll be another 10 minutes, I guess. You don't have enough karma to be in a supermarket. You don't know how to stock this fridge full so that it doesn't shrink again. This fridge was bigger and it's smaller now. It did shrink. Yeah, the supermarket should keep it so that it's full size. And that includes watching to make sure it doesn't go out the front door to yourselves. The supermarket didn't come and clean this up. Charles Hill left this behind, and I don't know, it's keeping right there because there's something wrong with this. That was screwed in by a maintenance man who didn't replace the whole refrigerator for that it was broken. He used a power tool to put that in there. And what is this? This is possibly caulking. What's keeping this here? I don't want to know because I don't want it to break. I can't call maintenance about anything myself. Charles Toe was calling maintenance because he was paying rent and calling maintenance. So what I would like to do is continue. But I have to watch the clock again for another 10 minutes. So how about 8 minutes this time? No, 10 minutes because it's not up to 400. Okay. The time now is 3:20, so 3:30 a.m. Yes, a.m. It's dark outside. I'll show you. This may be a little darker than it used to be. There's a light right there that's not on. And then there's no lighting on Fremont Gardens. That means the supermarket doesn't keep the lights on at night. But they used to be on when I was eating restaurant food, or maybe most of the time I was living here. The lights are on out there all night. Yeah, but the light's not on right now. The street light that's nearest across the street, that one's not on. And then there's lighting on the apartment building, upper level, maybe like shining down, and I don't see it right now. It could turn on, at any time. I don't know that. When it's on, when it's not on. This is on right here, but not really. If you think about the lights are not on outside, it's not really true that I have acclimation in here, and I really don't need to be here myself. Something's wrong with everything I'm saying to you on these videos. I am shutting down alive myself. I'm going to be the only one here because you didn't bring me anything that's mine to myself and leave saying it to yourself over and over again that it's mine to myself to yourself. It's mine to myself to yourself. Are you a thieving problem? Well, you need to teach yourself that it's mine to myself to yourself. It's mine to myself to yourself. Look at this hoarding. You don't understand what is mine to myself to yourself. You don't see it that way. And if you have to leave the strangers that you friend, you're friendly with enemies to yourself. If you're friendly with enemies to yourself and you just say, okay, you do this to my life. You don't know what's mine to myself to yourself. That doesn't not really involve me. I know what is mine to myself, to me. I know. I am myself. You don't afford to know me with your various problems because you don't want the problems. You say yes and okay when it's due to run far away and go to jail because you must go to jail. You must go to jail in the threatening. And if you don't succeed in entry into the jail because of the door locking, you need to be homeless and wait to be trespassed into jail. And you can't substitute that with that you're just in some keys someplace, including a public building. You have to be outside and be trespassed outside, out of outside into a jail. And I'm just here waiting for you to all be out of alive. And that's true every day of my life anyway. I've been waiting 45 years of my life to be out of alive. That's true every day, but I am putting the pressure on now. There's somebody who's not here, and there's nobody to replace itself. That there is this hoarding problem. You don't know what's wrong with this hoarding. And including some of the hoarding has been manipulated to be elsewhere's. There's hoarding that's manipulated to be elsewhere's. This is what's left of it, which you can see. There's this hoarding in here. I don't use this door because there's something wrong with the hinge. It doesn't hang properly. This door has more hoarding in it. It's in some of the other videos, or maybe it's in another video, let me say it that way. This hoarding in here. Somebody's been in here looking for things in the hoarding, and you don't have the hoarding solved. So some things have been taken out of here through the front door here about this hoarding, and we don't know why. What were you looking for? Because it's hoarded. Well, A&E Hoarders, you should watch A&E Hoarders to know what hoarding is. You can't make money off of hoarding. You can't change the leverage of hoarding and say that it's something else to somebody else. You're not honest. If you have something that is from hoarding, don't you report it, that it's hoarded, and report it to wherever it is that you think you're going with it, for that it's not mine to yourself. Do you just want to say it's not mine to yourself? It's sure, I would say it's hoarded. That means I didn't say it was mine to myself. You don't have to say it's not yours to myself. It's not yours to yourself, to myself, to yourself. It's not, because it's hoarded. This is all hoarded. It's not anybody's. You don't know how to be yourselves, and you hoard things that are nobody's problems. This is how I keep things. So what's on this shelf that I use? I bought this from the dollar store, but it wasn't $1. It was something like $5 or maybe $3, right? It was it's up to $5. We don't know. Okay, I guess it used to be 99 cents only store, and now they have higher priced items. So that's over 99 cents. But how long have I had it? About 3 years maybe. I could get a new one, but I don't shop really, unless like not now. I was full height when I bought that. I am not full height now. So the milk is mine. The chips, they're snacks. That's what I'm gonna use until maybe like 10 days, and then I'll need more. And then I have a few things that are left over. I have a little extra almond butter. I have some soup mix that I don't have the broth. So that's just sitting there because I don't have the broth, so that I can boil it and and eat it as soup. So that's these right here. I'm missing ingredients, so that's the wrong hoarding. I don't have the ingredients. The store didn't send the ingredients, all of them, like for the soup, whole, for me to make the whole soup. So I only have part of this soup ingredients. So that's the wrong hoarding problem, because I would, use it in a timely way, but I can't. I didn't ask for it because that was offered to me, but not offered with the stock. I don't have this stock, the chicken stock or soup stock. I don't have that. The cereals, they've been here. I keep this cereal because it's not single serving. I can use new utensils every time you deliver food. Well, what do you want? You don't know if it's hoarding or not, because this is hoarding. What if using kitchen utensils is hoarding? Is having a kitchen in your housing, is that hoarding? Because I can afford to eat out, but I eat every day, and I eat multiple times a day. But I'm also eating that every housing has a kitchen. And what if the kitchens were just out in public? Why do we have private kitchens? Are we trying to feed the world? But you're just really waiting for me to give a deceasement to the formed world because you don't believe in me. So there's really nothing else for you to talk about. No, you don't know who is God aliving the formed world. So there's really nothing to say. You should say nothing. In any and every language, say nothing because you don't know who I am. So there's nothing to say about yourself because you don't know how you're alive. So you're an utter blasphemy if you speak any words out of your mouth over your penis and you don't know who I am, or over your illegal castration of a penis feminine and you don't know who I am. You don't know. You cause this problem just because you are yourself talking any kind of words out of your mouth in any language, and you don't know who I am. You have no reverence for God because you are yourself, and you don't know who I am is how you have no reverence for God because you are yourself. And I can't help you with that. This is a disaster for me. I don't actually need it. I don't keep house. I'm in order, and I don't have an order I would live with. If I had to die out of this mess and alive again for you, I would not alive in here with all of my omnipotence. I would not come into this place and be here with this mess. I would not come with all of my omnipotence as God to be here with this mess. Nobody else cleaning it up. I'm not going to reform you to bring you back here to start to clean this up and make an order by you and your handiwork. I don't think so. And it's not true. It's not happening. It's not happening for anyone. I could use a plate, but I don't have one. There are plates here, but I'm not using them. This is my emergency bowl because you didn't give me any kind of plates or bowls or anything to eat with. You're new feeders and you didn't give me anything to eat with. You think that I'm living off of somebody else and feeding you my problem because it's better than nothing. Well, pretty much what you think is that you don't pay for anything that you disagree with what I say you think about. You don't actually defend yourself and say, I'm not really that low. So pretty much you are. I don't let you say those kind of things about me without me telling my God inside myself that I know who I am. Yeah, but you don't have that you are myself. You know who you are is not really true because you don't know who I am. Do you believe in Jesus being crucified? Yeah, but he's crucified. He's on a cross. He's hanging there. He's not alive and he can't help you. Okay, I have to reach over. This is too hot. Sorry. Don't do that at home. Don't try that at home, kids. I don't have someone to take care of everything for me. I need a bottle of water. Want a soda? Okay. I may have to go back for a soda. I'll hold on to the water for now. So this has the music, but I need the space for the food. And then my glasses, I can move those. I'm moving things. You're not going to do this for me. I'm going to do it for myself. I'm not charging you for my services. I'm going to put you into isolation. And then you're going to have to think about whatever you think about. It's really not up to you at that point. When you're in isolation, seclusion, isolation, you don't have a choice what you think about. After all that you made me think about in this lifetime, you're going to have a hell of a lot of isolation because it's not paid for that I was thinking about anything anywhere. You didn't pay the rent. You didn't give money to my parents and put them elsewhere so that I can live in my house. And then I think about what I think about in my house. You don't have that paid for. That I think about anything in my house. Nope, you don't have that paid for. I don't know you. What do you think God is? Some kind of monster like all of you? Do you think God is some kind of exceptional monster? You don't say no, do you? You can't actually speak for yourself right now. You can make a comment, but that'll be after I'm done. How are you going to speak for yourself now? You're just going to make a comment later. You have that problem. You don't know that's not really true and alive. You can't just, what do we say, follow up or follow-up appointment or concern, supervision. What about following on the internet? What do you think about that? I'm missing a word. It went out of my mind. Yep, I have one more thing to say and I can't say it right now. These are a little too hot. Yeah, that's good. I like it hot. I asked for cheddar broccoli potato soup, but it's not cheddar broccoli potato soup, it's cheddar potato soup. So I asked for cheddar potato soup mix so I could make it myself. And I got cheddar broccoli instead. If I had cheddar potato soup mix tonight, I would immerse these in the cheddar potato soup and eat them together with the soup, in the soup with the french fries or mashed potatoes or whatever you call these in the soup. I'm missing an air fryer and its house and cars. If for some criminal reason you can't give me what's mine to myself, what are you doing in public? You're chaotic. You're all chiefs and no Indians. And you're not all Indians. You want me to talk down on you like the psychiatry talks down on me? If you jerk my keys hard enough, I can hear you say this. Do you know who the president is? Do you know where you are? Who penises with keys? Do you know where you are? Who penis do in prison? With deceased address, so he doesn't ask that question to anyone. If a who penis was holding keys and God sent him a psychiatrist, how would he be informed? Would he say, do you know where you are? Do you know what day it is? Who's the president? Dr. Schaefer, Dr. Neil Schaefer, Ross Neal Psychiatric Hospital. You need to be in a Walden prison in the interior of Nevada, upstate. You need the address deceased, and you need your penis amputated because you don't put somebody in my room because you're a psychiatrist and you don't know how to do that for yourself. That will never help. It makes no sense. It makes no difference. There's something wrong with you. Yep, and you don't know it. Well, you don't know it. It's not due now. You can know it now because there's something wrong with you. Tomato soup would be better, huh? If I had fresh tomato soup made with fresh tomato, I would bake these in the oven first and then put them right in the tomato soup. It's probably better than ketchup, huh? Mm-hmm. Wow, ketchup is better than nothing. So when you're in isolation, in the afterlife, how will I know what happened to you? Because here's how you know what happened to me, and you don't. You stole my keys, and I did not steal anybody's keys. This meaning to go around the afterlife in shoes and follow up with the people who stole my keys that they are imprisoned in the afterlife and you're in isolation in that scenario. Yeah, but I am not in a position to do that. You stole my shoes when you stole my keys. You stole them like they didn't have any money on the shoes in the stores. All the stores have prices on the shoes, so you don't get your shoes stolen by keys being stolen. Yep, my shoes are stolen. You stole my keys with my keys with my keys with my keys. You stole all my keys with all my keys. I don't have any shoes that way. Yeah, but you're you. I would need to know you personally. If you're in seclusion or isolation because of what you did to me, you stole keys that were actually mine to myself. I would need to be there in your seclusion for a consultation of sorts, appointment of sorts, for you to talk to me about your isolation. And then when you're done speaking, I would withdraw and leave you alone. That's been dismissed because there are more than 80 of you. The shoes are deceased that way. Yeah, but I'm me and you're you. Where is this going? It can't be your blasphemy problem that you don't believe in me for your own identity. Excuse me for the tongue clicking. How do I get out from underneath the debt you are? That you think there is nothing that's mine to myself, to yourself, to each and every one of you individually, and in all combinations of you. Well, how do I get out of that debt? I used to say sexual abuse. I went out of sexual abuse. And now I'm saying, what were you after with the sexual abuse? Because I have some of that. So before the sexual abuse occurred, would have been like, I'm talking about full height sexual abuse, sexual climax in the presence of an enemy problem. So full height would have been I suppose that's what you were after. Sexual climax in the presence of an enemy, and you want me to ask you not to hurt me. It's just one more thing. You just count it as emotion, but I am myself. Well, you're more than hurtful. But what about everything that's mine to myself to yourself? Is that what you were after? Movable parts, and you think that my genitals are movable? What about your genitals? Then we're not in dispute. You can't double yourself in that you're just like me. So my ears are mine to myself, to yourself, but not my mouth. Am I right? You ever tried to buy somebody's mouth off of them by putting food money in their keys? How are you going to get out of that? I'm deceased right here. I didn't do that to you. No. If I could be here a day after all of you are gone, I would want the sunlight and sunshine to shine down on myself. And I want to praise God that I think it's beautiful. I know it's November. I would be hoping for like maybe 80 degrees. Maybe it's near 70 degrees during the day in the sun, maybe midday or afternoon sun. But 80, that would be better, yeah. McDonald's, you have chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches that are like breaded chicken or deep fried chicken. Do you say deep fried? And crusted chicken. Yeah, how about that? Breaded, deep fried, and crusted chicken. You need a soup base so you can have your French fries and your deep fried, breaded, and crusted chicken immersed in this soup base. And it should be in pieces that you can take out of the soup or eat with a fork or spoon out of the soup. And it should still be McDonald's. Everybody out of the McDonald's. Close it, because if I can get there after everyone is gone out of alive, if I can walk, because there's a McDonald's walking distance from here, I can walk down to where the D Hotel is at Fremont Street Experience, Las Vegas, Nevada. I can walk down there, and I can get right into the McDonald's with the hotel door, or is there a side door? And I can have dinner in the McDonald's. Because there's something wrong with you not knowing who I am. I can do that, but you have to be out of alive. You have to know how to die in God and die out of alive with your genitals. The only way I can do that is if I'm the only one alive and nobody's threatening the carry of the key. Okay, more ketchup. What's new on the threatening? I don't really know this place as a nice place, but it depends on why I would be alive here for that threatening. I most likely won't see it because it's not safe. It's since I've already seen people in Las Vegas. It's not a locked up problem to me that there's nobody else in Las Vegas if I go out walking. But you're threatening me that you're watching me. So I'm threatening you that you have to be deceased out of alive, um, and your genitals are with you, not alive here anymore. Then I can go to McDonald's with. I don't need the money to make the payment. I have some money, but it's just I don't pay any transaction. There's no attendant. There's nobody there. I just go into McDonald's and help myself. But what I would ask for is a large bowl of soup with encrusted chicken in small pieces and French fries in the soup. And then McDonald's would have to provide some kind of a spoon and fork for myself. Yeah. And I like it hot. So what kind of soup? Potato soup, but like no clear broth. It'll be like a thick soup. Yeah, for McDonald's. God deceased in the money. If you're a commentator, can you put another commentator in jail? No, you can't. Oh, I don't want any more comments. I'm not in dispute to put you in jail. No, you need to be a commentator and put another commentator in jail, and you're both wrong. Goodbye.